to happen to possibly make a joke, laugh at it, and get these people to think we're funny.
You getting hurt is not, nobody thinks that's funny. If Robbie and I get hurt, big laugh.
Hilarity.
Big laugh.
It's happened.
Matt gets hurt, that's a national tragedy. Bye guys, stop the show. Bye band.
Bye loud and straight.
Three-banded aggregates to create. How are we, Houston? I know you're thinking, oh good, more stage time with Rob and Rich.
But we brought a little Cohen hotness with us.
It's like when you go to somebody's dinner party, you're like, well, I gotta show them the bottle of wine. No way we're taking this stage without something delicious. You know, brought you.
I have to say that's a completely inappropriate way to start the morning by calling me delicious.
I was gonna say juice. I don't know why I was gonna say we bought Cohen juice, but then I thought I already got in trouble for saying caulking a window.
You did not say caulking window. That's what I said. And then you said every window loves caulk.
No?
And then you said you love caulk. And
no.
You were surprised how much you love caulk.
You're wrong, sir. You're on. May I push the bench?
They all filmed it, but 900 people had this on video, and hopefully in landscape.
You know what's sad? What's sad is that I was actually going with your thought process. Yeah. And trying to help you out with it. And because you were saying like, you know what, the thing about Saturday, when you get new windows, every window needs caulk. So you were saying you need to caulk your windows, meaning that's Saturday, right? And I was saying, yeah, every window needs caulk.
You know there's an L in there, right? C-A-U-L.
Cowl. Call it cowl.
You have your hard time getting your mouth around the caulk.
Saturday, that's what Saturday is. He was like, hold on a minute, everybody. Stop the record.
Well, hold on, just so you know. I was, part of what inspired me to stop the record was the wave of laughter.
No, it was actually a wave of complete silence. While everyone tried to figure it out, including me, like, oh dear God.
I'm going to take this moment to apologize for these two older gentlemen on my left and right. Sebastian Roche is not here this weekend, so there's no asterisks on the panel saying this is, rated R and there's going to be bad words and sexual content. But that being said, Richard Speight and Rob Benedict Jr. have filled those shoes.
I'm just trying to do a little home improvement. Trying to do a little home improvement and Rob made it dirty.
You people are all dirty too. I'm leaving. I'm not going to be any part of this.
Yeah, Rob Benedict Jr.
Rob Benedict Jr. You know that?
What?
You're like Richard Speight, Rob Benedict Jr.
And this is where he's so good looking, he'll go, I meant to, and everybody will believe him. It doesn't matter, like when you're handsome like that, you can go, oops, I meant to shit on the dinner table. Like, oh, that's so charming. Whereas we're like, oh, I'm sorry, should I not be here? Yeah, you shouldn't be here, get out. That's what Rob and I do. But not Matt. He can do no wrong.
The good thing about this, guys, is I don't have a monitor in, so I don't know what the fuck either one of you are saying.
That'll win for us.
All I hear is Rich going, and then Rob is good. None of these are on, by the way. Rob, I can hear you because you talk like a normal human being.
What are you saying about my talking? What are you saying about doing talking?
No, I know. Yes.
Hey, karaoke last night, which was super fun, guys.
Yeah.
That was funny because he did a whole thing. Oh, when you guys came out on stage, I'm waiting for like my intro, and he was like, is he saying Khaleesi? And then I got hit in my mind, you're waiting for me like, I mean, Rich.
More. Hey, listen.
Yes, sir.
Diction is not my favorite.
Limit to how close the microphone can go to your face. And back to the window caulking.
Boys.
Too soon?
Let's keep it clean.
Okay.
It's still daytime.
The caulk guy says keep it clean.
Let's take a question.
Do we have any questions?
Can't see or hear anything. What's happening?
What's happening yet? Sorry.
Hi.
Hi.
I'm Sarah.
Hi, Sarah.
Okay, so I love all you guys. And I was on Twitter when that whole Frank thing happened. That was awful. That that was so stupid.
Yeah.
Listen, let's pause right there and let Rob tell the audience the story.
What was your question?
Well, my question is like, how did you like not blow up at him? Like,
Right. So
Backstory.
The band sometimes will sort of submit us for certain festivals, certain contests, that kind of thing. And Norton, the drummer, Steve, he does that usually. So basically, we got accepted as part of this kind of contest thing to be on a local radio station in Los Angeles, a morning show, as part of a thing called Stay or Go. And so, you know, I barely knew what it was, and you know. Steve said they want to interview you, and I was like, okay, cool. Yeah, that sounds good. Get our song on the radio and interview me? Yeah, good. And then, so I called in, and I knew there was an element to it. It was like they play the song, and then fans call in and say if they wanted to stay or go, right? And so I thought, oh, you know, our fan base is so good, and this will be great. And so what I didn't realize is that he's a shock jock. His whole thing is like putting people down. It doesn't matter who we were Coldplay. He would have, and he didn't know who we were. You know what I mean? He would have done this. So he didn't know who I was. He didn't know anything. Even though I guess Steve sent him my bio that I was an actor and whatnot. Anyway, so we get on there, do this pre-interview, it goes pretty good, and then they play the song. Steve's with me, so I'm like, yeah, play the song, it's great, it's good. Came back, they're like, so what'd you think of the song? Benedict. So they asked the people in the you know room with them, like, hey, what'd you think of the song? These guys who were guests that day were like, I love it, it's great. And then his co-host, this woman, was like, yeah, it really grew on me. It started weird, and then it grew on me, and I liked it. He's like, really? I hated it. And I was like, I mean, it was crazy. It was like slap in the face. But I really think that's the show. They think that's funny. Ooh, we have these young new bands on, and we just kind of put them down. I mean, it's dumb. But like that was what happened. And then and then this producer guy comes in. He's like, I'm actually a big fan of his acting. He was like, wait, you know this dude? Like they thought I was a whatever. And you know this guy? He's like, yeah, he's this guy on the computer. Oh, he's that guy? Oh wow. Oh, bro, you have a bad voice, man. You can't sing. You should stick to acting. Right? It's crazy. I mean, I thank you. I love it.
Wait. Just wait a second. I'm sweating. Finish the story. How did it end?
So, I handled it well. I hung up. It was fine.
Wait. So you hung up
on
a negative.
Well, no. Then fans called in. Fans called in and were like, I love Loud Swing. This song stays. And you know, and then they were like, it's funny because like 2 dudes called in, like, yeah, I didn't like it, and then 2 women called in, like, yeah, I liked it, and he was kind of rude with the women because he was like, did you sleep with them, Rob? And then at the end they're like, so there's a tiebreaker, so you can have like, you know, Peter, John, or Ash, and I knew that Ash was the name of a fan of ours. I was like, I gotta go with Ash, and so they had Ash on it. She was like, I love Loud Swing, and whatever, we won. So then, okay, Rob, congratulations, you won. And then they played Cool If I Come Over, and the producer came back on. He's like, congratulations, dude. I was like, thanks. And I hung up the phone, and I was like, oh, okay. I tweeted like, wow, thanks for having our back, Loud Swing fans. And then the fans went crazy, just like so pissed off. I had to go to the studio with the band that day, and I gotta be honest with you, like, I was shaken by the whole thing. I do not like to be the center of any kind of controversy in any way, right? So that's the part that kind of got me, and I didn't want fans to feel hurt by him, which they were, and I wanted them to know that I was okay, because like the thing to take away from all this is like, I don't give a shit what anybody says. I know I'm great, right? So then Shatner gets involved. He's voted stay. He was like, I'm blocking this radio station. They were like, later they said like he was a guest on our show, and then, you know, Shatner was like, I finally tweeted out later that day, I'm like, Frank was like, you call off your girls, and I was like, nothing I can do, pal. You're on your own. Good luck to you. And then he was like, you know, Shatner's involved. He's getting into it, and then he was like, you should come on my show to me. And I didn't respond. I'm done now. It's Friday night. I'm done. And Rich calls me that day and says, dude, are you going in? And I was like, Rich, I think I'm done. Rich was like, great advice. He's like, dude, you gotta be above it. Like, use this platform, go in, be the bigger guy, be like, I don't care what people think of my music. You know what I mean? Explain who you are, who the Supernatural fan base is, what this is about, and that it's for real. And I was like, okay, yeah, it gives me a fair shot. here to, you know. So I said to the guy, look, I'll come back here, but I don't want it to be like Bash and Supernatural Fest. I don't want to be like, and with, honestly, Richard's help, you know, this here's what you say. And I was like, I don't want it to be Bash Rob and his band. And he's like, not at all. So I took Rich with me. We went back in Monday morning into the studio. Like, they better have flowers or chocolate. They had like lobster meal for her. They were so sorry. They knew they had awakened a sleeping giant. They were like, you know, we're so sorry. The guy who said I had a bad voice was like, he's in a band, he's jealous of anybody who has talent. You know, you've got like one fan, you've got a million, and you know, like, really they ate it. And Rich and I felt good about that, especially off the air, but even on air. Kind of tried, like, so what's up with the fans? I was like, we have the best fans in the world. I don't know what to tell you. And I said, it's, you know, it's personal for me now. It's just personal, and it's so yeah. So I felt like I got a chance. Rich and I afterwards were like, okay, I'm glad I went back in and got, you know. So I don't know. I guess for me, the takeaway again is that I love you guys. I would never do anything to try to jeopardize our relationship, and also that I'm fine with or without that guy. I'm fine. You know?
What radio station was it? I'm just asking a question.
I should have called you because you would have gone down there. Like,
no,
it's KLOS 95.5.
And he's Frank is like the main.
Frank and Heidi.
Heidi Frank.
Oh, I know Heidi.
And I will say to Rob's point, Rob handled it really well. It was. I'm not going to lie. It's handy when Shatner jumps in on your side. You want him on your side of the teeter-totter. So it was kind of funny. Because then I think that's when they realized, what the F? I mean, yeah, we got some fans of the show we don't know coming at us, but Captain Kirk's on this?
When I first called in Friday morning and they were interviewing me on the phone, they're like, so what's your day job, Rob? The setup was, don't quit your day job. Right? Like, what are you, a waiter? What are you? I was like, no, I'm an actor. Oh, boy, you're an actor. You know, they just had no idea what this was.
And I do think, to Rob's point, that they, to speak to their behalf, they actually handled it really well once Rob went back in. They were very, wow, we had no idea about this.
Yeah, apparently they didn't know fucking God was in the room. Right now.
So now, I gotta tell you the upside of this is that Rob, what happened was, of course, the fan base jumped on the Loud and Swain Rob Benedict train, and they won that week's contest in terms of votes.
Yeah.
And if they continue to do well, I don't know exactly the parameters, but the long and the short of it is, if they end up getting the most votes, Loud Twain gets a free concert in Los Angeles, California that anybody can attend, and it's a big radio sponsored thing. It's kind of a good lesson, like this negative, the Rob experience. He completely reversed the energy and morphed it, and now it's going to become a huge monster.
Lemonade.
So it's great. We've went from sort of having an awkward moment on the radio to probably playing a free concert in Los Angeles for any of you people who want to show up. So it's kind of awesome. Stay tuned to that and go to 95.5 KLOS and vote for Loud and Swain. Something else you can do.
So thank you for your support.
Because all these positives, I won't say what I was about to say.
I saw you going to drink.
Thank you.
That's all you.
All I was going to say was something of the sort as a disc jockey, especially in a day where radio is dying because the advertisers and podcasts are reigning supreme. You should have an in-depth look into what good music really is, where good music really comes from, and what the people want to hear. You know, like pay attention. Pay attention. Don't make a joke out of artists that are great. You know, there's a million artists out there. There's a whole lot of shitty jokes you could tell on a morning show to get a couple viewers to turn in to listen to the Honda commercial, you know? I'm happy, I swear.
Or you tell the truth, you know everybody.
Yeah.
Thank you for the question, if you're still there.
And that's the end of our Q&A. We'll see you guys later.
All right, over here.
Hi, I'm Grace.